The following podcast contains strong language and ridiculous cartoon scenarios conjured up by two self-proclaimed comedy wizards. Between you and me, they're more like Saturday morning court jesters fueled by sugary cereal. But either way, the opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their well-intentioned hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Unless, of course, you want to pay them to say something else. Could always use a new pair of shoes.
Hey, everybody out there in podcast internet land, you've stumbled upon some reviewparty.com. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
This is a show, it's on the internet, we got reviews, we make fun of them, they're from Amazon, Google, places the like. Matt's here.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes he does a little flip if you ask him nicely.
I do flips and dances, yeah.
He's got reviews too, I got reviews. It's going to be a crazy time. You know, I don't like monkeys. I don't think... I like monkeys. There's lots of animals I like a lot that I wouldn't want as pets. Monkeys is a great example. But if you told me every time I gave him a snack he'd do a little flip, that really sweetens the deal.
Yeah, it's hard to be objective at that point.
My hands are tied. The salesman really sold me on this pet monkey.
I'm getting a treat every time I give a treat.
That's really a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
And then 37 years down the line, the monkey just a screw goes loose and tears off your face. But can you put a price on the flips? I don't know. Maybe 37 years of flips was worth
one face removal.
One face removal. I got a review here. Something much more wholesome than what I turned that into.
Good.
Wow, man. This is a review from Amazon for Max Fun 4-pack Snowball Maker Snowball Toys Games with Handle for Kids. Outdoor Indoor Winter Snowball Fight Maker Tool Clip with Drawstring Bag.
Fight Maker.
It's just a little snowball molder. I guess
the stupid. It's like salad tongs almost connected, like two spoons, and you just.
Yep, two little butt cheek cuppers at the end to make a nice snowball. The review I picked out. There's actually lots of good ones on this one, but the review I picked was the first one I saw. It is from Just a Country Boy. They write, actually works. At least in wet snow. I scoffed at these when my wife brought them for my kids. I thought they would not work and the kids would break them during the first snow. Well, I was wrong. When the snow is wet, these will make a snowball in about half a second. I can make a pile of snowballs like Buddy from the movie Elf. These are awesome. If your snow is dry, I'm sure it won't work as well. But isn't that the case with any method of snowball making? 5 stars.
Oh, truer words have never been spoken. Dry snow is a problem that plagues many men over the age of 40.
Sure.
You just can't do as much with it.
You can't, how are you supposed to shovel a sheet of solid snow? There needs to be a pickaxe in that equation. And men over 40 don't know how to play Minecraft. They don't even know what that is.
But back to the review. There's one question I have for you. What do you think of people who make references to the movie Elf?
Well, I'll start by saying I really like the movie Elf. I think I do watch it every Christmas season.
Okay.
As far as hard referencing it in day-to-day life, I don't know. It's not 2009 anymore. It's probably how I feel about that.
Like, can you see when this review was from?
That's exactly what I was looking at. And this text reads, reviewed in the United States on June 5th, 2020.
Okay. My guy. No. Yeah, you don't talk about Elf in an Amazon review at this.
So are you questioning Elf
everything
as a classic Christmas movie? Are you questioning its status on that?
Yeah, I am.
Wow. So you don't think we got a sort of timeless watch every year, such as A Christmas Story is a very modern example, but the claymation puppet ones, you don't think it has that kind of staying power?
Not for me, it doesn't.
Wow. But
maybe it's just the cult of Elf around it that I kind of like. The cult of Shrek that I find distasteful.
You're kind of like when bacon became too much of a thing culturally.
We've talked about this.
You're right.
The bacon cult, the sriracha cult, which I'm a part of. I love sriracha.
And I love bacon, but I never. It always made me spit.
I never reference bacon in my Amazon reviews.
I never bought any bacon Band-Aids. I never purchased any, or I don't have a bacon tattoo, bacon earrings, or a bacon keychain. And I've never referenced bacon and or Elf in a review. I don't know. It's got Zooey in it, dude.
That's true.
So it's got the Zooster.
And Bob Newhart, comic legend.
It got the Bob Newhart, got the Bob Oldhart, got Will Ferrell getting tackled by a little person.
I guess if we're gonna accept the Elf reference.
Okay, we're gonna give this one a pass, just this once.
I'm still not gonna give the dad a pass on thinking his kids are gonna break it right away. How little faith do you have in your children to operate pieces of plastic?
Listen, this country boy isn't living in a farmhouse. He's living in a house of glass. And these children have not been learning from their mistakes.
You shouldn't live in a house of glass, then.
That's true. You should live in a farm because you're a country boy. Matt, I know I said a lot of these reviews were good, and I guess I enjoyed them because a lot of them contain cringy Elf snowball pile references.
Oh, boy. I would love to see these people's ugly Christmas sweaters. I'm being catty. I should stop.
Hey, Mr. Genulon, you got a review?
I do. Actually, it's a review for the same product which we featured last week, the episode ender product. Do you recall that lovely Charm Night women's high-waist tights, fishnet stockings, thigh-high pantyhose?
That's one that I don't want to recall.
Okay, well, this one you probably will want to recall even less. This review comes to us from Ellery. It's an Amazon review, and Ellery titles her review, "Tell Your Mom First." Ellery writes, "Overall, the product is amazing. My first fishnets, so I wouldn't know any better, though. I bought these forgetting to tell my mom, and as expected, she was not very happy. Also, I wore them to school and got slut-shamed by the well-known slut in my school. Be careful. Be careful, kids. 4 stars. Right?
The second half speaks for itself. We're not going to disarm that bomb. Oh boy. But there's 2 things that struck me. First, I think what everyone might have noticed, I don't think if I bought those, I don't think my mom would want her 29-year-old son calling her and telling her. I think she'd want me to keep it a secret.
I don't think it was that the daughter told the mom. It was that mom found out.
Mom found out. But she said, was the title Tell Mom First?
Yeah, Tell Mom First. You're right. So you're saying you would never do so.
I'm saying, why would I? This review, that almost negates the review for me.
What I do with my thigh highs is my own business. My mother doesn't need to know.
I'm my own man. I have a podcast.
For a cosplay.
I'm a supervisor at a grocery store, for God's sake.
I can feel fancy and sexy anytime I want.
Exactly.
I don't need mom's permission.
I can get whatever gauge of fishnet I please for whatever business I want it for, and my mother will have no part of it. If I'm old enough to have a debit card, I'm old enough to not tell my mom about my fishnets.
Yeah, I think I did a little bit of follow-up on this, and another one of Ellery's reviews, I think mentioned her being in, like, 7th grade.
Whoa. 7th graders be leaving. I don't want to read 7th graders' opinions on anything.
Right. That's the thing. Well, that's just one of the things. They're online and writing things and doing things. But also, can you picture what your 7th grade self would buy if you had access to Amazon as it now is?
A lot of video game shit I shouldn't be buying.
Yeah. Awful stuff. I already did buy awful stuff I didn't need thanks to eBay. But, it would be so much worse.
Yeah, the sort of serotonin rush that you get from online shopping is something that 7th graders should not, their psyche should not be, being exposed to that as it develops, I feel like.
That's a drug. That's Amazon.
Yeah, it's bad enough when you get the toy catalog and you gotta circle it all with pen. Like, that's
dog-ear the pages.
Yeah, that's brainwashing you into loving capitalism enough. There's enough 1984 going on with that, but and the entity that is Amazon.com gripping small minds across the nation. It's almost like Bo Burnham made a whole special about how that's bad. More or less.
Yeah, good point there, Mr. Bo.
Bo, the internet bad sometimes. You're right. The other thing was, so she said that they were her first fishnet, so don't trust her opinion on them.
She wouldn't know any better. Yeah,
she wouldn't know any better. I think you can put on a pair of fishnets and have a pretty good idea. Maybe I'm just have the self-confidence of a 29-year-old grocery store supervisor, and I forget what it was like to be that age. But I can look in the mirror. Do I look good or bad? I can check one of those boxes. Are they throttling me and making my thighs look like Christmas hams?
Does this feel good?
Does this feel good both in my spirit and physically in my physical form? I can, I'm no connoisseur of wearing fishnets, as my review coverage may lead you to believe otherwise, but I think I can form a pretty solid opinion. I'm confident I could form a solid opinion.
Just based on one experience. I mean, 2 legs in, pull it up. You know what you're dealing with.
Put those over the old booty hams, and you get a good feel for what's going on. Maybe go for a walk.
If they tear,
right?
Maybe you want them to tear, though. Maybe you're like, I want to look trashy.
And if I put on a pair of fishnets and I went, I don't know, I would not then go on Amazon with my 7th grade ass self and write a review about it. It's unfair. I don't want 7th grade opinions weighting those average star reviews that I sort products by on Amazon. Maybe that's ageist.
There should be Amazon for kids, right?
Oh no, no, that's bad. That would be bad. Yeah. Amazon are us. I just was such a dumbass in 7th grade.
Oh, me too.
There's no lower time in human life than
7th grade boy.
Yeah, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade human. Making a boy even worse. Oh gosh.
Yeah. I guess there's some of those sassy little girls wearing their father's neckties, forming their little clubs and getting straight A's, and I'm like, wow.
We use the word sassy on reviewparty.com, not what that young lady said in her review.
Oh, goodness gracious. The well-known...
the well-known sassy girl at my school shamed me.
I can't even believe that.
Oh, man. To be fair, I remember when I was in high school and my little sister was in middle school, it seemed lit compared to when we were in middle school, even as close as an age gap that may have been. I think there might have been some sassy girls.
Whoa. I don't want to dwell on it.
I don't want to dwell on it either. So we're gonna take a little trip to the hill.
Nice.
To the beautiful snowy hill. And you know what's in our hand? I got this product from Amazon. Right here, my favorite 57-inch giant inflatable bull snow tube winter snow sled for kids, adults, 6.6 millimeters thick heavy-duty snow tube with 2 reinforced handles and 2 durable 2-layer bottom snow sledding river ride tube winter toys.
Okay.
This is an inflatable tube for sledding with a cool sunglasses-wearing reindeer head out the front of it.
Oh, like sticking off of it or just the design?
It's sticking off of it. There's a whole ass inflatable compartment. You can straddle your legs around.
Wow. Okay.
And Jerry W. McGee is going to tell us all about what that's like. They title their review, Man Got Ran Over by a Reindeer on Xmas Eve. They write, LOL. This definitely works. Oh, if you want to go lightning fast and fly down a snow hill. My daughter's first time ever tubing. On first run, went down a giant snow hill. Zoomed past us, jumped another hill. Went into a kiddie hill. Flew down that. Then went into a parking lot and finally took out a man and made him flip over in the air. Reminded us the National Lampoon's Xmas, LOL. We tried it with my son and he ran over his dad and ended up in a ditch caught on a small tree, LOL. Yes, my kids needed to learn to fall off. But it was a good for laughs and an epic Xmas story, but def use this with caution. Our other tubes don't do this. 4 stars.
We all know there's a hierarchy of sleds and saucers and tubes. You know, you're going to give your little brother the one that sucks because the one you got, oh man, you might spin backwards on that sucker, but it's slick and you're going to really pick up, 2 G's going down the hill.
Oh yeah. To me, the S tier in sleds is the inflatable tube, rivaled only by the straight plastic, it's regular ass sled. When you get a good one of those, put 3 people in it, it's just got the flat upturned back and the scoop in the front. And you get the weight in the back and the little sister in the front. You go screaming. It is like the drag racer of sledding.
Okay. My dark horse is the sort of laminated bottom foam ones.
Oh, those are modern, good too. Those are good too.
They're not as durable. You got to be on a maintained hill. Otherwise, sticks and stuff shred right through it.
Oh, sure. You get the meanest run and start with those boys.
Yeah, you do.
If you're on a hill that sort of levels off is a little too steep, you can't, you can really just launch yourself into hell.
Yeah. You hit a bump, knock the wind out of yourself.
Oh, yeah, the bump where you, it knocks you in the air and you come down on another bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, oh, man. That's like post-traumatic almost.
Yeah, but things like that, you learn how to bail. You just roll off, and you just sort of skid a bit, and you're done. These kids are all...
Yeah, you got to go limp a little bit. You got to go with the flow in those situations.
The thing is, I know exactly what they're describing. I can picture kids not having the sense to let go.
Yeah, they are careening towards a tree in a ditch. They didn't let go before the ditch, in the ditch, after the ditch, and then when they miss those opportunities, there is a tree.
You see their tiny form just huddled on top of the thing, and
you're right. Squeak just so tense, like a brick, cemented bricks.
Yeah. Until boom, and then wah!
Until they have no control anymore, and all they're making Tears stream out of their eyes as they make all kinds of Super Mario 64 noises. But not happy ones.
No.
Did you ever try and make jumps in the snow when you were a kid?
Yes, with sandbags.
Oh, you had a whole sandbag operation. How did that turn out?
Pretty well, as long as you had enough wet snow to form up a nice little ramp. Otherwise, depending on the sled, you might just hit the edge of the thing and get flipped off.
I know I made lots of ramps, but I have more memories of the pain than I do of the pleasure. When you make a ramp and it doesn't really ramp you up, you made it like too steep too quick, and you just in the test run you just sort of fucking smack it. You just like crash into it and tumble. Ugh.
Yeah, the sled stops and you just sort of
Yeah, I am the big brother of my immediate family, but I was the little cousin in the overarching family, so I was definitely the test runner for a lot of those janky ass ramps.
Go on, test it out, Brent. Yeah.
And of course, I was sledding's my favorite.
Oh,
sorry if that's a Buddy the Elf reference. I didn't.
No, sledding's awesome. Yeah, I got one that I don't think I've read and is very stupid.
Awesome.
I have an Amazon review for the Alpha Group SpongeBob SquarePants Masterpiece Memes 8-inch collectible vinyl figure Handsome Squidward Open Eyes.
It's a Squidward meme figure?
Yes. I think I've actually featured this product before, but not this review, because this one is seasonal. Tyler titles his review, Great Gift, and writes, Great product. Got it from my friend for Christmas. It's way bigger than expected. The figure itself is bigger than an Xbox controller. 5 stars.
This poor stupid person has no reference for the world around them except like the sizes of their game console peripherals.
In all fairness, he's probably in 7th grade. So what do we know?
Bro, sorry the gift was so huge. Yeah, I put it right next to my Xbox controller. Way bigger. Unbelievable. I didn't know they made plastic that big.
Yeah, man. I heard the old Xbox controllers were even bigger, but that's like ancient.
To be fair, the old Xbox controllers, you needed a fucking TV tray to rest your arms on while you used. And the original Xbox was 20 tons. It was the heaviest thing ever.
Behemoth, yeah.
And I had a PS2. Even the old big ones, not that heavy. GameCube, insanely light.
Mm-hmm. With
the
handle.
Xbox was the weight of Mount Everest in your backpack as you biked to your friend's house to play Halo.
Yeah, you got the sleepover happening, and you're like, everybody else got there at 7 o'clock. It's 7:15.
But at least you got the good controllers in the backpack. You know, Steve's he's bringing his 2 from home. He's got the Mad Cats.
You don't need no stinking Mad Cats with broken buttons and the badge falling off it.
Their freaking cat ate off the right joystick rubber.
Yeah. You can see the circuit board inside. What happened to this thing?
And not because it's clear, because
it's falling apart. The clear ones with the lights, that's a whole nother problem.
Oh, yeah. See, I think I really am nostalgic for the Nintendo, like, Game Boy purple clear plastic.
Yes, those are quality.
Those are very tasteful. But the 2000s era, like, literally completely clear, no color plastic, where you just see, like, the naked circuit board floating in there, it takes away all the mystique, and it's just ugly.
It's just ugly. And it feels like the plastic packaging it came in is just as strong as the controller. I'm going to break this thing.
You almost want to break it. You like...
Yeah.
You get a lizard brain urge to just like in your hands. take out the circuit board and eat it.
Ooh, tasty.
And then you're the controller.
That's cool. You can be durable.
Talking. Oh man, I forgot. Did you bring your extra controller? I don't have 2 paddles. And then you just pull a fucking cord out of your chest with an Xbox controller nub on the end, and you plug in, and you just each nipple's a joystick.
So you just have to stand there,
stand there twiddling your nips to get those. They all are laughing until you get that triple kill with the sniper on in Halo 2. Then who's laughing?
No one, because you're teabagging.
You're teabagging by fiddling your nips, and it's getting uncomfortable. It's break time, huh?
On that note, yeah. It is time for break.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to Reviewer Redux. Again? Yes. What did I say last week? It's the time of getting together with ones we love, ones we think fondly of.
Absolutely.
I'm not even going to tell you who this is, Brent. Because the moment I say which site it's from, you're going to know.
Okay.
I have a Yelp review from Tandurian, and this Yelper writes, "We tried the chicken madrasa and the fish mango curry. The chicken madrasa was as good as it gets. The sauce was thick and spicy, the way it should be. It was so spicy it made my nose run. A good thing. Sadly, the fish mango curry was more mango than it was curry, and wasn't spicy at all. In fact, the only indication that it contained curry stemmed from the fact that it was yellow. The decor is classical and conservative, nothing fancy. If one were to trade the Indian artwork for Italian sculptures, this could easily become an Italian restaurant. The staff work as a team, and the floor plan is such that there's always someone watching the floor. While not a complaint, I think it's worth noting that the washroom is very far from the dining area. Go down 2 flights of stairs, make a left, go straight, climb 3 steps, turn right, make a left. I kept turning around expecting to be surrounded by barrels of wildfire and small children armed with knives. 4 stars.
That was Mr. Craig, wasn't it?
That is Mr. Craig indeed. Craig Son, Craig S. of Pompano Beach, Florida, our Yelp fave.
Oh yeah, it does feel very nice to say hi to Craig in the holidays, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It feels right.
For him to paint a picture, a trip to the bathroom turned for some reason
lethal.
Children are wielding the knives.
You never know. You never know.
Is children wielding knives scarier than adults wielding knives? Yes and
bit.
no, huh?
I guess it depends on the children.
It depends on how many children.
That, and then like their structure. If they're just like standing around, one of them's twiddling their feet a little bit, like, oh, this is some stupid little recital, and they don't know what they're doing. It's almost cute. But if they're uniform, if they're like at attention with knives, and you can see the glow of their eyes slowly disappear and turn shark-like, then it's scary.
Or if they're just rabid. If these are feral children.
Of course.
With knives of stone.
Whoa.
And glass.
That's awesome. Obsidian blades. Yes.
Crawling over each other, stampeding over each other to stab you.
That's vivid and visceral, and yeah, it makes me want to read this review of Peanut Island Park from Craig. Craig writes, whether you live in South Florida or you're just visiting, this place is an absolute must. One of the things I find most interesting about this place is that the marine life is not shy, assuming you keep your hands to yourself. If you're snorkeling, the fish will swim alongside you, seemingly without fear. Kinda adds to the experience. Unless you own your own boat, you want to join the line to catch the ferry, like all the other poor people. Or rent a kayak or something. The island features one of the nicest beaches South Florida has to offer, a lagoon and a sandbar. During my last visit, the water was only an inch high. An inch! 5 stars.
I gotta take a stand here against Craig.
Oh?
I'm a big fan of ferries.
Uh-huh.
All right? Poor or not, we're gonna take that out of the equation. Ferries, that you can have a great experience on a ferry. You ever been on a ferry that's really booking it? You're on the top. The wind is going through your hair. People's hats are flying off. You've never been on such a big thing that feels like it's moving so fast. And you can feel the waves, and the waves are crashing up high around you as this fat ferry fucking busts ass through the water. I'm down with it, dog.
You get the spray in your face? Heck yeah.
Oh.
Snap, there's Alcatraz right there. Cool.
Exactly. So we're ferry fans here on reviewparty.com. You ever, after a long day of trudging through the parks of Disney World, you got to get back to your hotel and you got to ride a fucking ferry for some reason?
Get on that bus, yeah. Well, the ferry or the bus, I'm nostalgic for both of them.
Oh yeah, you're probably exploring multiple parks, so it depends on where you are and where your hotel is.
Yeah, if you're at Epcot, you get on that ferry, you take it back to Boardwalk. Oh my goodness,
that's exactly what I did. I think when I was there, the ferry's lovely. It's crowded, but boy, I can't help but have romantic memories of the ferry. The lights on the water, everyone's got their bags of goodies from their haul of the day. Mm-hmm. Everyone's very tired. Everyone's sweaty. Everyone should be pissed. But the ferry is bringing them back home. It's their beginning, their first step into a relaxing night.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
You know what else is beautiful? This review of Home Depot from Craig. Craig writes, I can't speak for every single employee who works here, or the married ones for that matter. I've heard marriage can be stressful. But I've been fortunate to have had some great experiences with a handful of employees who were all very helpful, with each going well beyond the call of duty in their service to me. Ask for Clem, that's short for Clement. He knows his shit and will provide you with endless insight into how to make the most of your DIY projects. On separate occasions, I've worked with employees in the gardening and hardware department and left feeling very impressed. If I were Darth Vader, I'd be like, impressive. That's how impressed I was. 5 stars.
Little meme, little Star Wars reference at the end. We can't shake it.
I love it.
I appreciate Craig for complimenting the employees of this fine Home Depot, the hardworking Americans that they are, like Clem. Because last time we had a Home Depot review, it was very disrespectful. The one who was mad that that was just a hardware store, not a Home Depot, but all the same. Yeah. All the same. All the same. I feel great. I feel empowered by that review about nice Home Depot workers.
Restores my faith a little bit.
Yeah. There are people working in hardware stores who do have some know-how about DIYs. Thank you very much.
It's good to know.
That stands for doodling inside your house.
Yep. Yeah. All right. I think we have time for one more, Craigie.
Sure.
Do you want the members first salon, or do you want Rocco's Tacos and Tequila Bar?
I think we got to go to Rocco's, bro.
All right. On Rocco's Tacos and Tequila Bar, Craig writes, the first thing you might notice about this place is its resemblance to the bar from the film From Dusk Till Dawn. Have you seen that?
Nope.
You should see it. It's loud and features dark and gloomy architecture, with secluded areas that offer more intimacy than others. Quite pleasing to the eye, though I was a little disappointed that none of the waitstaff turned into vampires while I was there. That's what happens in the movie.
I put two and two together.
After placing your order, you'll enjoy tacos while you wait. Not long after, a gentleman, perhaps yours will be a woman, will arrive whose sole job it is to make fresh guacamole, live and in plain view of everyone. I should add that the waitstaff are courteous, patient, and won't hesitate to explain menu items. I had the Korean for dinner, and it ended up being breakfast as well. Needless to say, portions are large, at least for this particular item. Rocco's Tacos offers a very authentic experience, marred only by the fact that it's not the only one of its kind. There are locations in Delray, Miami, and West Palm Beach, among others. You may have to wait a while to be seated, as is the case with most franchise establishments, but you won't walk away disappointed. Unless you walk away disappointed. 5 stars.
That last statement kind of ruins the statement before that, Craig. I mean, if I had to English teacher you a little bit, I don't know if that one was the move. Usually,
you think he robs himself of the strength.
Yeah, I think Craig as a connoisseur of the things you do as a reviewer. Allow me to play critic for a moment. Usually, you end the review with a bang, a bit of a zing, a zipper. You put a little panache on the end of it, and that's what we love about it. But this one...
Bit of a concession.
Yeah, you can't bat 1,000. And the tragedy of it is, I wanted to go to Rocco's Tacos so bad. And I still do. But that one... Now I'm a little afraid. There's a little fear in my excitement.
That it might not be the best.
Might not turn out. I was like, man, they just bring like appetizer tacos?
There's someone whose job it is. They were on Indeed and were like, what am I going to do with my guacamole making skills?
Right.
Where can I take this? Rocco's Tacos.
I'm not just a guacamole maker. I'm a guacamole performer. A guacamole artist.
I do this in public. In plain sight.
The street performing guacamole making was really not working out. Something about buying guacamole by putting your money in a hat first.
Yeah.
Which doesn't go together.
People don't really like Ziploc bags of guac. That's all I can afford.
Excuse me, what's your guacamole policy? That's me walking into some place with a Ziploc of guacamole. Making sure it's kosher.
You can't bring that in here. We have someone to make it. Oh.
And then their lives are changed. Well, thank you, Craig.
Yeah.
For the reviews, as always.
We love him.
We love him. A savant, if you will. But speaking of Yelp, why not? Let's keep it extra Yelpy.
Okay.
Let's keep it extra international. That's right. We got a Yelp Japan review for speaking of Disney, Tokyo Disney.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Lando.
Ooh.
This review is a quick one from Sonia. A quick and poignant one, I'll say. Okay. Sonia S. writes, I really enjoyed Tokyo Disneyland. However, I wish parents would supervise their kids. I've only experienced this problem at this specific location. Parents think it's okay to let their young toddlers wander around and walk in front of strangers by themselves, and it slows down the walking traffic altogether. 3 stars.
I guess you're going to have to introduce your children to everybody at Disney World. That's my takeaway.
This problem solved by making no one a stranger.
Yes. And everyone a friend.
Sure. You see a rambunctious toddler walk in front of you on the main street in Disneyland.
Introduce yourself.
How do you do? How's your trip going?
Can you get out of the way, please? And it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, friend.
Right.
The toddler says.
Right. Saying excuse me to a friend is much less awkward than to a stranger.
Mm-hmm. You've got a relationship there.
There's something to build on. There's a trust. She's very specific. They walk in front of strangers by themselves. So I don't think is it so much the stranger that's the problem. How do I say this? These toddlers are simply walking in front of the strangers.
Yeah.
If they walked behind them, around them, we could also solve this. Maybe it's the routing around said stranger.
Gotta get some sort of like traffic controller to corral the children.
Yes, you gotta hook every toddler up to so many helium balloons so they can float above the strangers.
At child altitude, yeah.
Well, watch out near the roller coasters, kids. You can't go above the child altitude of this area.
You'll hit them.
Even if you don't get hit, the forces of the roller coaster going by may carry you away to Japanese lands unknown.
Yeah, when you said hook them, I thought you were going to say like those backpacks, like the little monkey backpack with the tail leash. You just combine a bunch of those. Every child you see, you link them up together.
Sure.
Then when the parade comes through, you don't need Disney cast members to set up ropes. You just sort of whip the children out in an ever undulating line, and they are your barriers.
Yeah, I think all that equation needs is a group of trained sheepdogs to keep this horde moving in the right direction.
That would do it, really. Kids love dogs.
How long would until that would devolve into a child mosh pit? Just some sort of freakish pile of toddler limbs, arms, and screams. Tackling and tangling each other. Like a king rat? Is that what they call it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, when the rats all combine into one big rat.
Ugh.
It's like that, but with toddlers with Mickey Mouse ears on.
But would the parents care?
No, it sounds like if Sonia's review is accurate, and in the world we've created, I think we have to respect her rules that she laid out for us. The parents would just think it's kind of cute.
Look at him go. Oh, someone supervised.
Yeah, having a conversation, just a quick look. Oh, aren't they precious? Back to the conversation.
Back to your Mickey ice cream bar.
Oh, Mickey ice cream bar and the novelty popcorn containers. That's what really gets me going.
Yeah.
This popcorn tastes better inside of a novelty device. I had one where it was the three-eyed aliens from Toy Story, and their mouth would open up to reveal popped corns.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's a good one. I wish I still had it. While I was there, but not when I went to Disneyland, they also had R2-D2 ones, where his little trap head would open up for the popcorn to be there. Yeah. I'm guessing the popcorn was the only reason it maintained the 3 stars. Though I did think it harsh. She said, I really enjoyed Tokyo Disneyland, and the toddler situation knocked off 2 whole stars of her big enjoyment.
I would knock off 1 star. If you also had elderly people crashing into you in their scooters, knock a star off for that, because that's happened to me a few times.
Something I just realized. When you've been at Disney World, have you ever seen an old person?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's been a while.
I'm filing through my Tokyo and Florida Disney memories.
I mean, how old are we talking?
Someone between 60 and 65. I think I think
so.
I think I've seen people very elderly on scooters, sort of in the periphery. but I've never seen an excited, able-bodied recent retiree. The only gap in the Disney target audience is 55 to 65-year-olds. You just quit. You just don't want anything to do with it.
They don't have grandkids yet. They're like, oh, let's just drink at home.
And yeah, their love is rekindled by the mass of toddlers ever growing and moving from across the southern United States.
Ugh. Speaking of unruly children, I guess I have an Amazon review for the Advanced Play Dinosaur T-Rex Toy Realistic Walking Tyrannosaurus Rex Multifunction RC T-Rex Toy Figure with Roaring Spraying Function. Good dinosaur toys for boys, girls, ages 3+. I forgot that it was described as a good dinosaur toy for boys and girls.
No need to read the reviews. This
one's
good. This
one's good. Right in the name. Well, Brittany Hoochin would beg to differ. She titles her review "Cheaply Made" and writes, "My son had it for 1 week and was super excited. He buckled it in his seatbelt, and the tail breaks off. He screamed and cried the whole 2-hour drive. 1 star. There's more to that story."
So the tail busted off, and before he did not cry. How I picture it in my mind's eye is she said he screamed and cried. The tail, and he broke off into horror. Just blood-curdling fear.
I was picturing an anger scream.
Like a David after dentist.
A vengeance, yeah. Yeah. Like little kid meltdown, whoa.
You are good toy. I am bad boy. But you think there's more to the story, so let's retrace the information given.
Okay.
Let's timeline it out.
This review was left January 1st, 2020. So possibly this was a Christmas gift 2019.
Okay.
She also 1 week prior to January 1st would probably be around Christmas. So that lines up. This is a Christmas good toy for boys and girls.
So Christmas morning, child receives toy.
Yes. Loves it. Super, super excited.
Super excited for 1 week. For 1 week straight, this child was literally going insane over the coolness of this good toy. And then what happened?
He buckled it in his seatbelt. And the tail breaks off.
Is that where the rub is?
At which point he screamed and cried for the whole 2-hour drive. Were they visiting mom and dad, grandma and grandpa for Christmas?
Me-mon, pip-pip.
Pip-pip. And they're like, okay, time to go home. Make sure you got all your stuff. Get your T-Rex. Oh, yeah, sure. Buckle him in, Sammy. Snap. And then something snaps in Sammy's brain. And he screams for 2 consistent hours. Oh boy, it's a long drive back to Davenport.
What? How many minutes into the 2-hour scream fest is it until you pull over at the health food grocery store to grab some kid melatonin gummies to knock this son of a gun out?
Seriously, stop at the A&W rest stop and just get him a root beer float so he sugar comas out. He'll burn hot for a little bit, but then he'll be down.
The screaming will raise in decibels for 10 to 20 minutes.
But it'll overheat.
Right, he will simply collapse afterwards in pure exhaustion. Is he screaming and crying while he's enjoying the root beer float?
Brain freeze.
He's like, There's a lot going on with this kid at this point.
It's a complicated time to be alive.
Especially for a child and their limited understanding of emotions.
For boys, girls, ages 3+, man.
They thought this was supposed to be good toy. And then when it breaks its whole ass off. Plus, it's a plastic fucking dinosaur. I mean, I'm not seeing a picture here, but I'm sure it looks super glueable.
Sure, yeah. Dad can fix that.
Yeah, that's the first thing I imagine. I tell a kid, like, listen, this sucks. I know, I'm sorry, but we're going to get you home. I'll go pick up some super glue and, wait a couple hours and boom, you got Timmy the good T-Rex back. But maybe they couldn't even tell the child that over his extreme siren-like wailing.
He does not listen to reason. He only screams.
I have no T-Rex toy and I must scream. The classic Russian sci-fi thriller.
Right.
But I think that's the episode.
I think so.
Stick a fork in it because it's done.
Oof.
Thanks for listening to episode 79. Am I reading that correctly?
Is that right?
That is right. Yeah. Episode 79. Pretty insignificant number in the grand scheme of things, but you made it here, and we appreciate you. We got new episodes of this lovely podcast every Tuesday. Hashtag Tuesday Reviews Day, if you will. If you'd like to send us a review to hear in the future on a Tuesday Reviews Day, hey, you can. We'd love to make fun of a funny review that you send us. Send it to reviewparty.com@gmail.com and include your name or a moniker, and we'll throw you some credit for that, boy. It'll be a good time had by all.
Do you have a phone? Do you have a computer? Do you have thumbs? Well, you can put all of those things to good use by finding us on the social media platforms of the day, like Instagram and TikTok, where we are at reviewparty.com, or Twitter, where we're at reviewpartypod. You can like us, follow us, share things, send things, attempt to hit on us, I guess, if you want.
Has that happened?
No, it hasn't.
Oh.
To my knowledge.
I got excited.
Sorry.
If it happened to you, I would have thought it was very funny. If it happened to me, I would have been very flattered. I would have blushed like a little dolly.
Well, we would blush if you also visited reviewparty.com, where you can find all the episodes, all of the blog posts. You can find the shop. You can sign up for the newsletter that keeps you in the loop.
And if you don't want to be out of the loop, all right, that's a bad place to be. It makes me shudder. And also a very big thanks to our homies Nosebleeds for letting us use their jam bread for breakfast. You can hear that and more great tunes by them on Spotify and elsewhere. Just search Nosebleeds. It's one word. Damn it. I got a funny little review to show us off here.
Okay.
This is a review from Amazon for pizza slices gummy candy with toppings, delicious assorted colors and fruit flavored gummies.
Awesome.
Those little gummies that look like cartoon pizzas.
Yes.
This review is written by Hernan. They title it Bad. They write, they tasty, not good, but not bad, and bag is dirty, 1 star.
I don't want a dirty bag. Though you can wash it.
I mean, it sounds like the dirty bag didn't really stop this guy.
Yeah, he dug in.
He needed those frudiddles. That's the brand of these weird things.
That's dumb.
Fucking 1 pound. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.